Hey, what's up? I am Tony, making food Mata over here, and this is Tony Talk, a modified view in the culinary industry. As always, I am simulcasting on my podcast and on my YouTube. If you want to check out my YouTube, go on to YouTube and just simply type in Modified Cooking, MATTAFIED Cooking, Modified Cooking. You'll see a picture of me in my chef hat. I think it's how to trust a pork loin. It's my first video. You can check this out. I'm watching me right here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I got some podcasting over here. If you want to donate some money, you can Cash App TMFM1000. I'm trying to get my studio together, get some more lighting and some cameras for season 3 with the interviews. I already have a couple interviews set up with some people. It's just a matter of doing it right, because when I do it right, it needs to be right. You can also check it out on iHeartRadio. I am on iHeartRadio. I am on Spotify. I am on Anchor for the podcasting platforms, which I'm pretty excited about. And then you can also, like I said, check me out on my YouTube. Go to my Facebook, Modified Cooking. Whatever you need to do, that's on my socials. That's it. We're good to go. Oh, I just moved my studio. I'm at the Modified Urban Cottage, downtown Detroit. I was in bedroom number 1, but now I moved to the corner office because it's a little bit more bigger. And if I have guests, it's got a little bit more room. So pretty excited about doing that. Excited about the new office. It looks the same, but it's not the same. As soon as I get into season 3, you'll be able to see the other view, which is a lot better. And, because you won't have to look at me, maybe my guest, maybe I'll have some hot girl. Maybe some hot girl chef. That would be kind of cool. Sometimes they're like unicorns. Hot girl chefs, they exist. I know a few. Okay, so anyways, let's just dive right into it. Today's Tony Talk topic is throwing around being a chef. Okay, so this subject, it doesn't really upset me, but it kind of upsets me. It kind of makes me feel that all of the work that I've done to get to that level of chefness, if you will, or to the level that I'm at and all the hard work that I've put in to get to this standard or this point in my career, it kind of when somebody just calls somebody a chef and they're not really a chef and they're just a fucking hack cook, it kind of really fucking pisses me off. Just to be honest with it. So I get it. You are wearing the chef jacket. You are wearing the chef hat. The check pants, if you have check pants. Maybe you're one of those guys with the pepper pants. Maybe you have a pepper hat. Maybe you have a pepper floppy hat with the pepper pants. And you're going around calling yourself a chef. I guess that's kind of cool. I guess, that's it. But there's a difference between a cook and a chef. Okay? A cook is somebody who is on the line every day, who inspires to be the chef, but maybe doesn't have all the training, doesn't know about costing out recipes, doesn't know how to problem solve. Maybe, like I said millions of times before, they don't know how to fucking light a pilot to a fryer. I don't know. I don't know. So maybe they don't know how to fucking calibrate their stick thermometer. There's a YouTube video on that. Check it out. If you're going to call yourself the chef, you should know all these things, right? Now, the cook is just entry-level cook, prep cook, line cook, cook 1, cook 2, cook 3. You inspire to be the chef. But there's a cook, and then there's the chef. So it just makes me upset when they'll be like, oh, well, the chef over here, and they might be talking about like one of my employees or one of my cooks that are working a station, and I don't want to degrade them, or, like, I don't want to be like, hey, like, he's not the chef, I'm the chef, but like, he's not the chef. He's the cook. And I know that kind of like sounds egotistical, and I'll probably get some hate mail on this. Like, oh, well, you started off. Well, yeah, I did fucking start off as a cook, and I was a pretty damn good fucking line cook. And I still am a damn good line cook. You want to go fucking toe-to-toe? Let's go toe-to-toe on a fucking saute station or a grill station. I challenge anybody. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Because I am aching to fucking do something like that. We'll do a YouTube fucking special on it. If I lose, I lose. Well, maybe you're the better chef than me. But, I mean, I love being on the line. And, like, being a chef, you're not really on the line, but you are on the line. You have more creative responsibilities, if you will. Being the chef, you are in charge of the kitchen. You have to make sure that your recipes are on point. Your costs are on point. You show up on time. You lead by example. Like, you keep your walk-in organized. This is the title that you've earned. Now, if you're just some cook, you're just like, whatever. And you're one of those hack cooks, and you're just like, I'm not the chef. I'm not going to organize a walk-in, and fuck that. Not going to label anything. Well, that's hack cook, and that's how you remain a hack cook. And that's how you remain a cook. And you might be that 40-year-old cook who is still a fucking hack cook because you didn't want to take any accountability, and you didn't want to take the next step to being the chef. And I take a lot of pride in the work that I do. And as the chef, we need to teach, train, develop, make sure that our staff has the tools, to be successful so that cook can be a cook 1, cook 2, cook 3, lead cook, supervisor. We need to get them to the next level. And as chefs, we have that responsibility and that accountability of grooming our cooks to move to the next spot. I've been working with one of my cooks, one of my supervisors, this year, who's been doing very fucking great. And, I hired him in as a lead cook, as a cook too. And then through him and his attitude, showing up on time, willingness to learn, willingness to say yes, chef. He doesn't even have to say yes, chef. He doesn't even really say yes, chef half the time. He just says okay, which is fine. And this certain individual went from working, on the line, working in a station, doing prep, being a prep cook, to being a supervisor and being one of my main supervisors that I can rely on, and not have nothing to worry about. So, and it's a slow process. And with him, it was like, okay, you're going to know the recipes. You're going to know the stands. So now you know the stands, you know the recipes. Okay, you know cooking technique. So now let's go the next step. Let's promote you to supervisor. Now, as a supervisor, your responsibility is to make the chef jobs a little bit easier. A chef said that to me a long time ago, and said the responsibility of the sous chef is to make sure that the chef has little work to do. Which, I mean, it's kind of like, well, what the fuck? But if you keep that mentality, then you will eventually become chef, because you essentially can do anything that the chef can do as well. And that was some wise words from Chef Darren Thompson that he taught me well. And I've applied that to every single position, chef, sous chef position that I have had. And any one of the chefs that I have ever worked for, I guarantee you that they will say, you know what? Fucking Chef Tony motherfucking making food, whatever the fuck he wants to call it, Mata, he was actually right. Because that is the job of the sous chef, is to make sure that the chef doesn't have to do any work. Okay, if that makes sense. That's another rant. But if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many, many more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So don't forget to download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. The fact of the matter is, like, this individual, I have been grooming to, do the orders, like to make sure that we have enough product. Eventually next, it's going to be, like the online orders on the computer, working with the costing out of the recipes, because at the end of the day, if I can mold this individual into something better and help him out, then it makes me better. It makes my team better. It makes the whole situation, the craft of cooking, better. Mentorship, like the fucking Jedi. Like I'm a fucking Jedi fucking knight, passing on this shit to my Padawan. Just listen to me. This is what I've done. And that's like being a chef. Being that chef, like, opposed to being a cook. Chef, Jedi. Cook, Padawan. Right? I mean, I don't even like Star Wars, but it makes sense to me. And like, you have to have that. And like, and it just like, to be a chef. Like, to be a chef, you don't have to go to culinary school. Like, you don't have to. So like, it doesn't really make me upset when chefs that become chefs, and they are actual chefs, then that they haven't gone to culinary school. Fucking Chef Dan Hugler, certified master chef, taught at Schoolcraft, motherfucker never went to school, worked his way up to where he needed to be, and he's a master chef, and he teaches his craft. And this guy, I don't know, he's old, like older than me, but like he's not that old, but he's old, but like he feels it, like the energy, like this energy that I get right now talking to you guys about the kitchen and about the rush and being in it is like something that I've learned from him that I always felt. I always felt it in me. It was like the Force, man. Star Wars again. Like the Force, I always felt it in me, but like you have to harness it. And like one of the things that he taught me, or like that he said to me that kind of, clicked with me in school was that like this being on the line, he was just like, it gets his blood moving. And he taught, it was like the lunch service, right? Working on the line. And like, he could have picked any class that he wanted to teach, but he particularly liked being on the line because like that was his force, it was the force within, and like, that's the energy that you get. And like, he never went to culinary school, but he's earned it. He's earned the fact that he's become a chef. He's earned it, which is great. Like people who call themselves a chef and they haven't earned it, and they walk around in their floppy pepper chef hat. They wear the chef jacket and might say chef on it or whatever, but yet you are not wearing non-slip shoes. Who the fuck are you, man? Like That's like the other episode about like hack chefs. Like, yeah, you say you're the chef, but if you can't even wear fucking non-slip shoes, why the fuck are you saying you're a chef? Like, I mean, I could get burnt on this so many ways, and people can think that like I am like superficial, or I can't think of the word right now, but like being judgmental on this because you know the chef, yeah, he's not wearing chef shoes, but he's still like, no, we're fucking chef shoes, you know, like non-slip, simple as that. Like, you know, like if you're gonna make a fucking roux, make it correctly. You know, don't add the hot roux into the hot liquid, and then you got fucking lumpy gravy. You know, that's like fucking cook 101. You know, organize your walking. You know, like if you're a chef and you don't know how to do an order, you don't know how to use Cisco, you don't know how to talk to your fucking food purveyors, then why are you calling yourself a chef? Like stuff like that. I mean, at best, you're a lead cook. At best. You know, like, so, and I'm not saying that it's bad. And I mean, this is my opinion. You know, and this is just stuff that I've seen over the course of my years. And thinking about it, I'm 37. I started off when I was 13 washing dishes. And I'm a strong believer of working your way up. I started at the bottom, and now I'm here, man. You know, so like, that's what I believe in, and like that's the Jedi training, and the just over the course of the years, like 13 to 37, you know, like fuck, I'm old, but I'm not really that old, and like I've been in it for 20 plus years. I've seen it all. I've seen it fucking all. I've seen the cute waitress, you know, banging the drug addict line cook. You know, I've seen the part-time dishwasher steal my girlfriend, motherfucker, the sous chef. Like, I've seen it all. I've seen drugs being sold out of the back door of the fucking restaurant, of the family-owned restaurant. I've seen cooks nodding out because they were strung out on pills in the bathroom. I've seen cooks make it through a dinner rush because they're coked up. And they're like, woo! You know, I've seen, you know, barbacks get through the dinner rush or the Saturday night because they popped a bunch of Vicodins. Like, you know, like, I've seen it all. I've seen hack cooks. I've seen cut corner cooks. I've seen people cut their fucking fingers off. You know, like the one guy, Brian, he cut his tip of his finger off, and he was going to cauterize it on the flat top and go through, like, the rest of the service. I was like, what the fuck? He was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm like, dude, you can't do that, you know? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I've seen it. Like, I've seen all this shit. Like, being in the restaurant, and you know how many boobs I've seen in the walk-in because somebody wanted a ranch cup when I was younger? Like, yeah, I'm whatever, 23. You can charge for that ranch. I'll show you the boobs in the walk-in. Fuck. like I've seen all this stuff. So, like, I feel like, yeah, I have my degree right here. You know, associate's degree in culinary arts or applied science. Associate's degree of applied science, culinary arts. Like, yeah, I have it. But, like, I feel like I've earned to where I'm at. So, it can't, like I said, like, it kind of just pisses me off when people just call themselves like a chef. Like, yeah, I'm the chef over here, but like you're fucking hack. Bottom line, like, you're ruining the name. You're ruining my name. You know, the pristine that I've worked to get up to where I need to be, and like you are just a fucking hack. Now you ruin it for me. You're not on the same level. I've worked my way up. And I've done it. So, like, it's kind of pissed me off, man. So, like, if you're a cook, you're a cook. There's nothing wrong with just being a cook. Sometimes I'm the chef, and I just wish that I'm the line cook. And hell, like, over the summer, I help out at another restaurant, and I'm just line cook Tony. And they try to call me chef. Nope. Sorry. I do not have the creative responsibilities, or this is not my restaurant. So, out of respect for the chef, I am not the chef. I am line cook Tony. Don't call me chef. He is the chef. I am line cook. Line cook, chef, line cook. Don't come to me with your fucking problems about whatever, because I am not the chef. I do not make those calls. Chain of command. Okay? He is the chef. I am line cook. Now, when it's my kitchen, I am chef. I make the calls, and you are line cook. Right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm getting kind of wound up over here with this whole pandemic of fucking coronavirus locked up, which is another fucking podcast, which is bullshit. So I'm going to go on to that probably within the next couple of days. I'm just rolling them all out. So, once again, this is Tony Talk, modified view in the culinary industry. That was my kind of view, my rant on being a chef, or throwing around being a chef. As always, you can subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Modified Cooking, MATTAFIED, space, cooking. Forgot about the space, cooking. Look that up on my YouTube. Check me out on my Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor Radio, Spreaker podcast, Google podcast, all that stuff. Check it out. Tony Talk, a modified view in the culinary industry. Send me a monetary donation, Cash App, Venmo, username TMFM1000, so I can try to get these cameras going up. Really appreciate everybody's time. Thank you for listening. Once again, I am Tony Making Food Mata, and that was Tony Talk, a modified view on throwing around being a chef. Thank you, and have a good day.